Peace and love, peace and love. Sister Zinga here from Flowing and Growing with Sister and Zinga, where we are working on emancipating ourselves from mental slavery. Thank you to everyone who has listened to all of our videos, who subscribed, right on for the subscribers, who has shared and cared. So I'm so grateful for all that. My numbers are growing, so I'm grateful that people are listening, and there are more and more of us that are emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, working on ourselves, just self-care. It's just self-care. We should care enough about ourselves to be able to live our truth and to love and respect ourselves. So here, come along a journey with me. So if you look at the way the system is made up, we put our children in daycare, okay? And then from daycare, you start the little program, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 12. And through this time when we're going to school, we are all told the same thing. And one thing I want to point out is that the same thing that I learned in that school, I'm 66 years old, is still being taught to children today, 66 years later, the same program. So they call curriculum, I'm saying the program. So you know that there is a mind, a mind thing going on here. They are telling everybody the same thing. Everybody the same thing. A few things have changed. Or they've added more things. Get different presidents. Stuff like that. But the basics of the language, the way you do math, the way you read, the way words or whatever the words are, the activities, all that stuff. What they call the history, his story, all that has been taught to us. So it's supposed to be even beyond our time. So anyway, let me move forward. So so now they're giving you this curriculum, and you go to school and you do what they say, you listen to what they do, and all while that's going on, you have the media, which is portraying a certain narrative about how what's good, what you should wear, the colors, the new colors of this season, fashion. All that kind of stuff, the styles of, how they change the refrigerator, 3-4 times, and, all those different kind of things. So all that stuff is just given to us, and we trust that process. We trust that this world is the way it is a good place, that we're in a good place, and that the government is, looking out for us, and they're, in there making decisions about what's best for us and so forth. And then, and go through junior high school, and you learned a certain amount of things. By the time you get in junior high school, they got an idea for how now you're supposed to act because you're in junior high school. You dress a certain way, listen to a certain kind of music, such. So that, all along with this brainwashing, the curriculum is continuing on all through high school. And by the time you get to high school, they done got you sucked in, and either you is going to make it or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even by high school, some people have dropped out, or some people's in jail, or they dead. This is what's going on. So, and then from there, all the different things are taught to you about what's in, like I said, what's in fashion, what's in this, what's in that, and then they have what is known as a pipeline. And so those ones that I said that may make it or not make it, because a lot of brothers are going to, sisters and too are going to be in jail. There's a pipeline from school to the jail, There's a pipeline there. They create a certain amount of people to act a certain way and do certain things, to do this with, and so, and all doing this thing, there's nothing about just speaking of us as people of color. There's nothing in there that's positive about us, except for, that we were slaves, and we did this, we ain't that, we do this, whatever they've been telling us all these years. And so, even by the time you get out of high school, even, you go to work, some people think you're supposed to go to college. And, even now, college is really a ripoff. College costs so much, and it's putting people in so much debt. It's just really ridiculous. And they get people stuck with them damn loans. And I think that, different people, especially our people, we are hands-on. We're very creative. And so some of us really don't need to go to school. We have a gift. And as fact, everybody has a gift. Everybody has a gift. So, some of us find our gift and use that. And hopefully, in many cases, the parent has to nurture that child, see that thing in that child and nurture it. So it can, go ahead and be able to practice that thing. So, so that's a good thing that, of because of who we are, because we're such a powerful people. All the things that have been done to us over all these years, and still we rise. So I don't want to talk down on us. I'm just talking about the things that we have been through, but still we rise. And so, but I'm just trying to get you to see this pipeline, this programming, this mental slavery that we're put into. So anyway, so you're out of high school, you decide you might go to college or whatever. Like I said, someone may not make it, or blah blah blah. But it's still at that point you have the media depicting that this is how this certain age of people are supposed to dress, the way they're supposed to act, what they're going to drink, how this little slang thing that they talk. And and for all different types, they got an agenda for everybody. They call it's a narrative. They have created narratives for everybody. It's not taught in the school to be independent thinking. And even when you see the testing of the schools that they teach, they say, "Well, I got to teach you this, so you can take this test." So it's really do you see what's really a programming? It's not that when we was in school, we would, learn a little something, and then, the teacher would give us a quiz. Sometimes they would have a test, after a certain amount of time. But now, if you ask your teacher, and hopefully that you already know this, but there's a certain curriculum that's given to these teachers, and it really cannot, even the teachers cannot be, add some creativity and some of it. They really have to teach these children this curriculum, and the time that they have, so they could be prepared to take these tests. At this, at these quarters, I don't know how often they're giving it. But do you see the point that this programming that we're not paying attention to that's really going on around us? This is what's going on with our children. So we really have been, like I like to use Malcolm's words, bamboozled and hoodwinked to think that anything they're doing is for our intent. And you know how it is, for us. Then meanwhile, even while we're living, then we're still watching, us destroy ourselves, first of all, because of course that's really disgusting. And I understand, that because of the way that we have been abused and used and so forth and traumatized, that it has created us to be this ugly person where we kill ourselves and all that kind of stuff. But damn, when you get to a certain age, there's a certain maturity that needs to come along, and to be able to tell you that, okay, man, I need to stop doing this dumb shit. So there's no excuse, nowadays. I don't think there's no excuse. We can't sit there and cry victim and say, this. Okay, this game been going on for I don't know how damn long. And if you live in this world today, there's some bullshit going on when it comes to us, because now all this information about us and, something's coming all out. Truth crushed to the earth is going to rise again. So I ain't giving us a break, because we should be doing better, because we know better. We know better, but we won't do better. Because we're just too complacent and just comfortable. I'm comfortable. You give a damn about what's going on with, Jill and Jam, whoever. So, but I'm just trying to let you see the programming that's going on. And that's really just talking about just the basic stuff you go to. But of course, then when you go to the workplace dictates that you have to do this. We can't even wear our fucking own natural hair in certain ways, because this workplace dictates, how we can wear our hair. They need to dictate how low a woman's blouse can be, and how short her damn skirt can be. That's what they need to dictate to somebody, especially when in the schools and in the workplace. It's disgusting when some of these teachers come to school dressed. Anyway, I'm getting off subject, but so in the workplace, you got to do certain things. You got to grin and smile. You got to go to meetings. You got to be on the baseball team, and you got to do programmings. After school, after work. And y'all get together, do this, have lunch together. Blah 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 blah. But there's still a criteria. You got to act a certain way. You got to be a certain way. You have to carry yourself a certain way. In order to succeed inside this thing that this system here. And, they still put barriers on us and so forth. But still we rise. So, these things are happening to us. But, we're now in this time of day, we know what the hell's going on. But we want to continue to do it. When it comes to everything, when it comes to, eating shit that you ain't supposed to eat, watching shit you ain't supposed to be watching, listening to kind of music, that's detrimental to you. Just the whole thing, the whole vibe. So... sometimes I just, we can't keep, saying, because of this, because of that. Because we have the ability to do what we want to do. All you got to do is think for yourself. That's all you got to do is think for yourself. Stop doing what everybody else is doing. Definitely stop spending your money on everything, little trick, whatever, lick, thing that comes out. Whenever a new phone come out, I got to get one. Really? And you guys really look good at these programs where these cell phone people are offering you every time a new one comes out, they'll give you give them your old one, and then they give you a new one. But then and the way that you have to pay, but you're still paying on the old one. Or I'm not really sure how that works, but look at that program, how they're doing that. It's really not to your advantage. If you really look at the detail and go step by step about how it is, I'm not going to talk about it on here, but about how they offer you, making you think that they're doing you a favor, and they're really not. But check that out. But anyway, every time a new iPhone come out, everybody got to get one. Like, really? So, these iPhones, the cell phones just come out, they do a lot of technology. They're really like a little computer in your hand. I agree, but some of them cost more than a tablet. Some of them cost more than a tablet. So, but to each his own. But, I just want to talk about you just to kind of make you think, because it ain't illegal yet, that we really have to start taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. THINK. Taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. Or we're just going to keep spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Up, you mighty people. Do as you will. That's the words from the Honorable Marcus Garvey. And what did excuse me, our Honorable Robert Nesta Marley say? Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Was sick and tired of the ism-schism. Yeah, so, yeah, man. I love my people, you know what I'm saying? But we got to do better. And I want to congratulate all the ones, so don't want to leave that out, all the ones that are doing better. But, there's still a lot of us, the ones I'm talking to. So I'm not saying, we ain't doing nothing, because we have been progressing. We're doing good. It's so much information that's out there now that, people are hearing it and saying, oh, wow, they finally are thinking, they finally are thinking, actually taking the time to think about stuff, because it is now there's bombarded with information about our history, our culture, all the lies that they've been saying. It's just disgusting that you have to grow up and you see that, that you realize that this people who are supposed to be the government and, people supposed to trust and so forth, the doctors, lawyers, judges, government, these people used to be supposed to be able to trust, but you can't trust their ass no farther than you can see them. You know what I'm saying? So love yourself. That's why you gotta love yourself, to give you the freedom to think about your life, and you make decisions based on what you're doing. And most importantly, we have. It's not that we don't have no dollars, but we need some sense to go with them dollars. Yes, who said that? So I'm quoting someone else's words. But I love that thing. We got lots of money. We got lots of dollars, but we need some sense to go with those dollars, because we're just throwing our money away, wearing all these name brand shit, advertising for these people. Oh no. So, that's a whole nother conversation. So, anyway, put your money towards things that will benefit you. You don't have to lay us in the greatest. You have to have things that function. Okay, don't live your life according to someone else's expectations. All right? God loves you, so do I. Peace and love, Sister Nzinga.